are gonna die. Go too fast. I'm taking 3.
I'm going for the St. Louis now.
Oh no!
Son of a bitch.
You get your 2?
Yeah. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thotgor here, of course. Today I've got a shorter video. I do have some plans later today, so I just wanted to, get a video up before I start my day here. So, what do we have today? Today, obviously, we're looking at Hotspot. I'm platooned up with GameGoon here today, and he's in his Murmansk, and I am in my Gremyashchy. I know I featured maybe a few other videos about the Gremyashchy, but I really do enjoy this Tier 5 Premium Destroyer. I would also like to get a Murmansk, actually, now that I think about it. I think that would be great as well. I've got my my PAX Marblehead on its way to me as well. I entered into the contest there at PAX on the forums, got all my letters, and did my post. If any of you haven't done that yet, you have until September 3rd to put your post up onto PAX on the forums. It's found under contests. Even if you don't get all the letters, put your post up there. It says right in the contest that they are not going to be stringent on the actual, to make sure that everyone has all their letters, or to make sure that the dates are all, during the time. They're not looking at that sort of stuff. Their goal here is to give away as many of those USS Marbleheads as possible, keeping in mind it also comes with the special PAX camouflage. So definitely go ahead and get that submitted. The video today is being uploaded September 1st, so you have 2 more days to get that done, and the judging and whatnot is going to be take place September 4th. Alright, so now that that's over, getting back to the game, you can see we're on Hotspot, and it is a 3-cap Hotspot. I prefer playing the 3-cap Hotspot over the 5-cap Hotspot for obvious reasons. At least I think they're obvious reasons. It's just easier tactically to coordinate with the other side of your team who spawns in the different location. It's easier to coordinate with those people, because you can see here we're going to go for, I think it's A and C is what we're going for. Yeah. So I mean, those are the points that made sense, and that's where we're going. Also, no surprise here that GameGoon and I did not spawn in the same location, so he was up to the northwest and I was down to the southeast. But it still works out, for me anyway. It works out kind of for GameGoon. Anyway, the matchmaking here, I mean, it's mostly like Tier 6 is the highest tier, so I've got lots of islands around me too. I wasn't really concerned about turning my AA off. It wasn't top of my mind here, and I find when I play my Gremyashchy that I tend to play it more like an American destroyer than I would a Japanese destroyer. With my Japanese destroyers, I'm very aware and conscientious of when I'm getting spotted and trying to keep myself hidden. With my American destroyers, and by proxy my Russian destroyers, I tend to use them more of a gunboats, right? Maybe, I mean, American destroyers obviously have amazing guns. I really like the guns on this Russian destroyer as well, so I'm not so concerned about not being spotted. Plus, this Russian destroyer is incredibly fast and incredibly maneuverable, so I mean, why not? Frankly, I'm a lot happier with this destroyer than I would be with the Sims, I think. So you can see I did launch off some torpedoes there at the Kuma, and I got the Kuma. So that was nice. So that's my first blood right there, first kill. Good way to start off the game. The only thing is I have grounded myself. Oh, this was embarrassing. But it does make for some nice conversation here, because, I mean, look at the way my ship is right now. I didn't think that I would actually be grounded. I mean, I understood that I hit the rock there, but I kind of bounced off. But then at this point, like, I just couldn't move. I couldn't go forward, couldn't go in reverse. I tried shifting the rudder around, doesn't work. Eventually, I do get it to go forward. I attempt to get myself out of there, but again, I get stuck on some invisible rock. Well, invisible rock might be debatable, because, I mean, if you look at it here, you can clearly see there is a space between my ship and the land. Some people might say that, oh, it's probably the ground under, or the ground under your hull, like your hull hitting that, but I don't think so. I don't think Wargaming has that in ships yet. Because I mean, you can get really close to the coastline in like a massive battleship and clearly see that the hull is riding below ground level. But I don't know what that was, but oh well, I am thankful that I didn't die. Because usually that spells disaster for a destroyer. Now luckily our team has capped A and C, so we've got the cap advantage now. For the most part, we've cleared out most of the enemy that spawned in this northeastern corner. You can see there are three ships. There are three ships here in front of me, but again, they're not a concern at all. Like, this game really is more about teamwork than anything else. I mean, my overall results are great, obviously, because I'm showing the review here, but the results that I got would not have been available, without the team. I just wouldn't have been able to do it. At first, it looked a little rocky because we had some cruisers heading off to the west to try and take the B point, but it ended up, I mean, it worked out in our favor. Those cruisers, they turned around, they managed to keep themselves alive, put pressure on the B point, but didn't take it, which I think is important. It's important to put pressure on the enemy, but it's also important to realize, when to push and when not to push. So those guys were able to realize, we probably shouldn't take that B point just yet, and they pulled back on it. So that was nice. Kept them alive. I mean, right now we are leading in terms of ships remaining. But, as you know, in these domination matches, that can go either way. This won't be one of them, though. So I've got the carrier here in front of me. I'm putting shots into him as much as I can. This is one of the main reasons why I like my Russian destroyer guns, anyway, is the range on them. It has a really, really nice range. Great reload, or great rate of fire. I mean, the only thing you could say about the guns on the Gremyashchy is that they turn incredibly slowly, which they do. But I mean, as most of you are aware, I play a lot of Japanese ships, a lot of Japanese destroyers. The turret turn speed on this is nothing new to me. I'm used to having slow turning turrets, so I know how to play with them. So it's not a problem for me at all. So we're lining up on the Cleveland out there. The enemy aircraft carrier is gone, so that is great. We don't need him around messing up the day. And especially, I mean, it was a Japanese Tier 6 aircraft carrier, so he can really pump out a lot of planes and, do a lot of damage to the team. So it was good to get him gone this early in the game. So we're still firing into the Cleveland, but it's at this point that I'm going to start looking around, assessing the situation, because I don't want to chase down that Cleveland. You can see I've got 3 allies already chasing it down. One of them is Game Goon, so if anyone is going to get the kill on that guy, I want it to be Game Goon. I'm not going to bother chasing anyone around. So I pop my engine boost here, and again, where my Gremyashchy is so fast maneuverable, the engine boost is just amazing, because you do over 40 knots with it. So I'm going to speed down here to the south, and I'm going to link up with any allies that might be down here. At least that was the plan. I mean, once I started looking at the minimap and seeing what was going on there, there aren't actually any allies down here to help me out. But I was feeling pretty confident that I'd be able to take on anything that I came across. Keeping in mind, the maximum tier here is tier 6, so I don't have to worry about coming across like tier 8s and stuff like that. Nah, no big deal. So I've got this guy here in front of me. We need to take him out. Enemy cruiser here. I also have to be somewhat careful, because he can definitely pump out the rounds and take me out if he wanted to. So we've got my torpedoes going off. The torpedoes on the Gremyashchy, they are alright. You really need to use them in an ambush style. You can't really shoot them off into the open water like this. They're so slow, I find, that the enemies are easily able to dodge them. You'll notice that when I got my first kill there on the Kuma, I had launched my torpedoes so that as the Kuma was coming around the island, my torpedoes would be right there, and he wouldn't be able to dodge them. So, yeah, that's how I got that kill. You can see I did take out the enemy cruiser, managed to dodge his torpedoes as well, and that was purely a gun kill. Gunned that guy right down. that was awesome. I love gunning people down with my destroyers. So now I've got another destroyer here in front of me. I think it's a Minekaze. Yeah, maybe so. Anyway, it's a Japanese destroyer, we know that. So we're going to start putting shots into him right away. You can see that I'm using the range of my guns as quick as I can. With the enemy carrier gone, no need to worry about, you know, like your anti-air and all that stuff anymore. They're all gone. It's just going to be scout planes that you want to shoot down. Again, I'm not concerned about concealing my position right now. No, you know, this was a pretty good game, you know, and I was feeling fairly aggressive, I guess. I'm not playing too aggressively, and you'll see why here in a few moments. But feeling fairly aggressive, you know, and whoever wanted to take me on, I'm in the middle. Come on, and we're gonna go at it here. So keep putting shots into the enemy destroyer. We need to get this guy gone. He has long-range torpedoes, so yeah, there's just no reason to have this guy around and potentially get us. So it turns out he's a Mitsuki. We know this because he shot 2 spreads of 3 torpedoes each. So that was a tier 6 destroyer. He has 10-kilometer range torpedoes. Good call on getting that guy out. So that's my 3rd kill. I don't know if it was about this time in the battle or it could have been a little earlier, but someone had mentioned, or it might be coming up shortly, but someone had mentioned that there were some AFK players on the enemy team. I thought, alright, yeah, maybe they are AFK, I don't know. I'm always hesitant to trust anything the enemy puts in all chat, because, you know, they could throw you off, it might be a big trap, you never know. So like, alright, some AFK players over here. Well, you know, I'm on my way over to that cap anyway, because I want to cap this point, so we may as well see, you know, what's going on over here. If they are AFK, well, you know, tough luck for them, I'm going to kill them. So cruising on over, and lo and behold, I've got I think that is a Kuma in front of me. So he's not shooting at me. Doesn't look like he's moving. He can't see me yet. I'll get a little closer to this guy and see what's going on. Want to be careful. I mean, I'm at 3 kills right now. There's only 3 enemies left, so I'd hate to die at this point, right? As opposed to survive the battle. So it turns out it's not a Kuma at all. Kuma's going to be the other ship. This is an enemy battleship. He's already on fire. He's not putting out the fire. Yep, AFK. Alright, so let's start pumping shots into this guy. Let's try and get this kill. You can see I do have some allies around me. They're putting shots into him as well, so that's great. Anytime you can, you know, use teamwork to kill an enemy, do it. Why not? Like I've said in previous videos, it's not about the kills in this game. It's about the victory, the amount of damage you're doing in the battle. That really counts. The kills, they're secondary. Little more coffee there. So I continue to put shots into that guy, and then you can see the other AFK player there, the Kuma. So I've got some torpedoes coming into the enemy battleship here. I think it's in New York. Probably wrong on it, but whatever. So I'm putting in my torpedoes, but remember my torpedoes on the Gremyashchy are very, very slow. So, yeah, I don't think that they're actually going to hit before he dies. So to that effect, I line up on the Kuma here. So we're going to launch some torpedoes over there. The reason why I did it this way is because, you know, the allies that are around me aren't yet shooting at the Kuma. So it gives my torpedoes some time to get in there and maybe make a difference. You never really know. I got lucky and did get the shot, or did get the kill there on the New York. I think it was. Maybe it was Wyoming. I don't know. Anyway, got the kill. So now I'm up to 4 kills. So now we need to take a look at the Kuma. Kuma is AFK. So you could really say fish in a barrel, right? Looking at the overall results there, we have all 3 points. We're all 3 caps. We're leading the enemy team in points, and here come my torpedoes. Awesome. So I got the Kuma, and that's my 5th kill. You could argue, and I would accept the argument and say, yeah, you're right, that I really only got 3 kills in this game. There was the Kuma for the First Blood. There was the Mitsuki, and what was the other one? Omaha, I believe. So you could argue that those were my only 3 kills, but luckily I came across those AFK players and gave them the good news. Now, the only player to do better than myself was the aircraft carrier, and it's because he did more damage. When you kill the AFK players like that first AFK player, the New York, I didn't do a whole lot of damage to him. The Omaha, I didn't do a whole lot of damage to him either, because he was already at half health when I came across him. Kuma, I did most of the damage, but again, he's AFK, so debatable whether we want to count it or not. But it doesn't matter. This was an excellent victory by the team. You can see we worked together, and we really pushed it through to make sure that we would get this victory here, and I was happy with the results. I mean, the money that I've earned was great. I need that money because I'm saving up for my Amagi right now, so nothing to complain about at all. So, that'll be it for today's video. Like I said, just a shorter video, as I do have some plans today that I want to get started here. Hopefully with this video, another great example of teamwork. What you can do with your team, how to work with your team to get the victory. Even though they're random people, and you might not be actually talking to them in chat, we all have eyes, we all have a brain. Hopefully most of our brains are intelligent enough to recognize situations where teamwork is advantageous, and then to actually go ahead and play as a team to get the victory. So thanks again for taking the time watching the video today, and as always, I do hope you enjoy the rest of your day.